In the spirit of not getting banned, I'm going to say this is potential educational material, so I'm not going to be using euphemisms for certain words because it would take away from the meaning. That being said, today let's hear the story of Lady Death. As always, sources in the description. Call me out if you must. Back it up with facts. Lyudmila Pavlichenko was born in 1916 in a large Ukrainian city south of Kyiv, and she passed in 1974. She's recognized as the most successful female sniper in history. When she was 14, her family relocated to Kyiv, and there she enrolled in a sharpshooter course. She loved history and wanted to be a teacher, so in 1937 she enrolled herself at Kyiv University. Then in June 1941, Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa and began the invasion of Soviet Union. She was 24 and in her 4th year of study. But when she heard about it, she went to enlist. Of course, they tried to push her to be a nurse, but she was set on infantry. So they told her she had to prove herself. So she took out 2 Romanian collaborators from a Soviet-defended hill. And the Red Army's 25th Rifle Division had a new sniper. Now, she said during her first battle she was terrified and couldn't lift her weapon. Then a young man set up next to her, and before they could settle in, a German bullet took him out. And she said after that, nothing could stop her. For about 2.5 months, she fought on the front lines during the siege of Odessa. She recorded 187 kills, and a promotion to senior sergeant. In October of 41, her unit withdrew to Sevastopol, and she fought there for about 8 months. By May of 42, her confirmed kills were 257. When the Soviet War Department honored her, she said, "I will get more." And of course, the more she proved herself, the more dangerous her assignments. Like counter-sniping. That's apparently a duel with an enemy sniper? Yeah, so she never lost a single one. One of those duels lasted about 3 days, and she said in the end the enemy made one too many moves. So he became one of 36 snipers that she took down. In June of 42, she was wounded by mortar shrapnel that struck her face. And because she was so valuable, they withdrew her from battle. But by the time she was withdrawn, she had recorded 309 confirmed kills, and earned that nickname of Lady Death. Now, the German army was very familiar with her record, and they apparently tried to bribe her over the loudspeakers during battle. "Lyudmila Pavlichenko, come over to us. We will give you plenty of chocolate and make you a German officer." Yeah, because chocolate's more important than defending the free world, right? By the end of her time on the front lines, those bribes became threats. "If we catch you, we will tear your body into 309 pieces and scatter them to the wind." At least it was poetic. She liked that they knew her record. In 1942, she was the first Soviet citizen to be welcomed into the White House, and she became lifelong friends with Eleanor Roosevelt. And with Eleanor Roosevelt, she went on a tour of the U.S. to talk about being a woman in battle. So, of course, the only things that the American press cared about was her makeup and her dress. Articles belittled her. The New York Times called her the girl sniper. They complained that her skirt lacked style and made her look fat. She was in uniform, you fucking cretins. And I think she finally got fed up because in Chicago she said something, and I'm going to paraphrase. "Look, dudes, at this point, I've killed 309 fascists. Aren't you tired of hiding behind me by now?" Badass. She never returned to combat, but she trained other Soviet snipers until the war ended in 45. She also completed her studies at Kyiv University and became a historian. She did suffer from PTSD and depression for a long time, and she passed from a stroke. She also said that killing Nazis gave her no complicated emotions. By doing what she did, she was saving lives. And all we cared about was her fucking makeup.